What's up, collectors? This is going to be a little bit of a different video today. It's not a review or anything like that. It's pretty much just an unboxing and some budgeting tips, really. I was about to crack this open to extract the Hall of Armor, which is the only reason why I purchased it. And some of you might ask, why didn't you just purchase the Hall of Armor? Well, quite frankly, the Hall of Armor pieces are just too expensive on their own. And if you buy the bundle, you're going to get a better deal, even though you're going to spend more money and don't want that figure. But there's a market out there for that figure, so it makes sense to buy the bundle if you have the extra time and the extra money to pick it up and then put in the time to sell it. Overall, you're going to get a better deal. And I think some people, they shy away from purchasing something that they don't really want. That being, in my case, the figure that comes in here, with the sole purpose to sell it, because they kind of get this sense like if you sell your figures, you're a filthy scalper and you're not a real collector. And I completely disagree with that. In my opinion, scalping is something totally different, and it has to do with supply and limiting that supply on purpose, which is not what I'm doing here. This thing was a lightning deal that didn't even sell out. And so, this is just an old figure. It's been around for a long time. Scalping involves, in my opinion, it involves something that just released that has, not truly hit shelves yet, and people scoop those up and they mark up the prices and limit the supply so that people can't get them. But buying lots, I think, is a great strategy to budget your collecting. Like, if you have the time to, put something up for sale and you have the money, you're like okay with tying up that money for a little bit. I think it's really a great way to, get something on a budget. So this set here was a lightning deal on Amazon, and it was, I believe, $60. It was $60.03 to be exact, actually. I remember that now. And so if you were to try to buy the Hall of Armor piece on its own, you'd spend that much, probably more, just trying to get it on its own. I think Mandarake has it for 5,500 yen plus shipping, and it's not a light thing, so it's going to cost you $20 to ship it. So you're talking probably 60, 70 bucks from there. Sometimes they're not even available on eBay. They're hard to find on their own for less than 60 bucks. So with a figure like this, that if you search around, you'll see that this thing on its own, like the regular release of it, is also kind of rare and hard to find. And it is selling for upwards of 70, 80 bucks. So if I'm able to sell this for 50 bucks, $60, include shipping, sell it on the forums or the Facebook groups. If I can sell this for 60 shipped and get my 50 back, I've paid $10 for this. And I've given somebody a decent deal on this, because this figure, even though I'm essentially, selling it for the price I paid for this whole set, the $60 or so shipped for this is still a good deal for someone. So it's not, in my opinion, it's kind of a win-win situation. So this is something I'm not even going to open. I'll just kind of inspect it in the case, and then I'll put it up on the Facebook groups, and I'll sell it for, whatever I can get. Even if I can get 50 shipped, then I've spent $20 on this piece, which is still an amazing deal. So we'll see what the market provides for this. The last one I did, I sold it for 60 shipped. So I got essentially this for roughly $10 because I had to pay for the shipping and fees on the figure itself. So, so that's my advice. I think people tend to shy away from buying lots that don't have everything you want, or lots that have more than you want. And oftentimes that's the best way, in my opinion, to pick up something at a really good price. You just have to be willing to put in the work to kind of sell the other items in the set. Like I picked up a lot of Mezco's fairly recently that nobody really wanted, so the person was selling the lot for the per figure price was really cheap. It was just a lot of money up front, and ultimately I sold off all the extra ones and got just a really good deal on the single piece I wanted. So these Hall of Armor sets are fantastic. I love them. So they have a battery pack in the back. Let me take that off, and it takes 3 AAA batteries. And then you flip it around, and where's the switch here? Boom. Lights up. And turn the lights off. You can see that it lights up over there. Turn one more light off and see if it'll... see if it's too dark. There you go. Pretty sweet. And then, you know, you can stick... Here's a Batman... Injustice SH Figuarts Batman. Looks pretty cool in there. Let's see it with the light off. Too dark. But, you know, you get the sense. So ultimately, I'll sell that other figure I'll get 50 back or so on that other figure. And then it'll mean I've paid about $10 for this. And now I've done this a few times. It's not always that cheap. Like, that Amazon deal was incredible. I've done some where they were like $89.99 for the bundle. I think it was the last one I did on eBay. It was the Mark III. I don't know. It was one of the other armors. It wasn't this Mark V, but it was like $89.99, and then there was like a 20% or 15% coupon. I dropped it down to like 72 or somewhere in there, 75, somewhere in there. Sold the figure for $60 and ended up paying $25-30 for the Hall of Armor set. So I think anything under like $30 for these Hall of Armor sets is a good deal, because they're just hard to find. Nobody's really selling them. People want multiples, and you know, anytime you can get a deal on it, in my opinion, is just kind of a good thing. So that's my video. Don't be afraid to pick something up that has more in it than you really want, and to you know, offer that up in the groups. The Facebook groups are a really great place for that. Some of the Discord servers, Toy Exchange on Reddit, places like that. You know, if you have the extra money, it can be very cost effective to buy lots or bundles and then sell off the pieces you don't want and get a really good deal on your stuff. I hope you like this video. It's something I'm going to try to do a little more, is just like kind of freeform stuff, just sort of advice or just stuff that comes to my mind. And yeah, so remember, if you like my videos, please click the like button, subscribe, comment, and until next time, may the Force be with you. DorkLair!